Good morning, crafty friends. Hello and happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a great week so far. Is everybody getting ready for the busy holiday season? It's crunch time now. If you want to get gifts and ship them for the holidays, then this is your week to do it, because I have seen lots of notices that things are getting tight around there for your shipping deadlines. So I'm sure you guys are all better planned than I am, but just in case, here's your PSA for the day. If you have Christmas gifts that need to be shipped, you should order them soon. So let's say hello to a few people as you're hopping on today. I know it's a busy season for everyone, so thanks for taking a little bit of time out of your day to come and hang out with me. Whether you're watching now live or you're watching later on replay, feel free to leave comments. I always love to feel like I'm having a conversation with everyone while you're all out there watching. Good morning, Rachel. And yes, happy release day. Hi, Lynn. Hello, Martha. Hi, Jennifer in Winnipeg. Is it cold up there? Hello, Sarah. We have Deborah here. Nina is here. Hi, Lisa and Cindy and Jill and Marilyn and Shirley and Perry. Lots of people tuning in today. So you guys must be having those lists checked off. Your to-do lists are checked off and you're ready to do some crafting. Or maybe crafting is part of your to-do list, which, man, I just need to start. That's my problem, I think. Just put crafting or card making on my to-do list each day and then I'll get it done, right? All right, well, as Rachel said, it is release day today and we do have some fun things for you. Even though it's December and things are busy, we have some fun new products, and today I'm excited to share with you what we call cute combos. And it's really a fun time of year for us to get to do some of those more niche items that maybe we don't have room to plan into a whole release, but we want to feature this imagery. We think that it's really fun way to make cards for specific interests or just different people that you have in your life. So we're talking about maybe grandkids, birthday cards for grandkids. We've got a couple sets for that. If we have any cowboys and cowgirls out there, we have some fun imagery for that. So lots of different unique things that don't necessarily go together, but they go together in the sense that they are all a cute combo. Everything today, what do we mean by a cute combo? Well, it is a combo of a stamp and a die sold together in the same set. So it's a kind of a small way for you to get some of that fun imagery that we don't have time or place to put in another release. So Perry's excited to see Gus and Gertie this year. And I know Whitney's excited about that too. Me too. So, all right. Well, let me get to showing you what we have for our special offer this week, and then we are going to start going through everything. First thing to note, if you are part of our Crafty Points program, so that's our loyalty program at Tailored Expressions, with every order that you place, you get points, and you can use those for discounts on future purchases. And those points also add up to getting you into different loyalty tiers. So starting today, we have our last double points event for the year. If you are part of our Insiders, Superfans, or Rainbow Royalty, starting today and going through Thursday, you will earn double points on all of your purchases. So that is happening in addition to our fun release. It's a great way at the end of the year, if you haven't met the next loyalty tier for this year, it's a great way to hop up and do that. And once you earn a certain loyalty tier, you get to enjoy the benefits of that tier for the next full calendar year. So even if you're hopping up to, let's just say, Rainbow Royalty in December, you will get to enjoy the benefits of Rainbow Royalty all year in 2025. So you can find more information if you have questions about Crafty Points and our loyalty program. You can find that on our website under Connect with Us. And there's Crafty Points FAQs in there for you. All right, let's get to talking about those cute combos and the other special offer in addition to double points that we have. I'm going to pop this up on the screen here. We have 10 new cute combos that are launching today. And so we have a special I Want It All bundle. You can get all 10 of the cute combos, and we have a special price for you on that. It is $199 for all of those, which is actually over 15% off of buying them individually. So That is the best deal that we have. If you decide you love all of those images and you want to add them to your collection, the best way to do that is with our I Want It All bundle. We do have another offer as well. If you're not going to buy all of them, then if you buy 4 or more of our new combos that are releasing today, then you get 15% off of those combos. So it's only 15% off the combos, not 15% off your entire website purchase. But when you do add those 4 combos to your cart, you'll see that 15% discount apply to those products. So let's take a look at what is happening here. Looks like YouTube is frozen, but Facebook is working. I can see that my hands are moving on the screen that I see, so it doesn't look frozen to me. Maybe refresh or hop on over to Facebook. Oddly, it's usually the other way around. Usually Facebook is frozen and YouTube is working, so maybe it's particularly cold in YouTube land today and it froze. There's my cheesy freezing joke for today. All right, well, let's take a look at the cute combos. Let me pull in one of my favorites. Whitney's, oh good.
Ta-da! Which one would you like first?
Let's talk about the frogs.
Okay,
thank you.
Yes.
All right, so cute combos. Take a look at this. We have this one called Unforgettable, and it features these 2 adorable little frogs. Does anybody else notice anything different about this stamp set? I'm gonna pull it out for you so you can see what this looks like out of the package, but I just want to give you guys a minute to take a look at the new packaging style. So we debuted this last year with our combo club that we were going to be transitioning to a new look on our packaging. And so this is our first release where you'll be seeing this new style. And we'll be working backwards, replacing some of those older products with new header cards. There are some really great details that we've incorporated on this. You can see here all of the images are printed on the header card. As usual, we love to provide you with that color inspiration, but then if there are dies that go with those images or sentiments, you'll see a pink line around the image. So that indicates that there is a die available for that piece. And then down here we have the set of 6 stamps and 7 dies is included on your header card. So if you ever misplace a stamp, you can simply count how many you have, compare it to the number on the front of the packaging, and then you'll know if you're missing one. So hopefully you love this new packaging style. We also are going to be changing some of the sizing, so we're not adding any new sizes, but there are certain sizes of stamps that we'll be combining into different packaging pieces. So normally our cute combos would be a little bit skinnier and taller, but we have increased the size of them actually and made them a little more of a rectangular, almost a square shape here. So let me pull this over or turn this over and you can see the back of the packaging. And, oh, how about I drop it? We've got our website on the bottom, different icons down here that let you know that we are sharing and inspiring you with projects on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. So just some good information to have there. And then all of your stamps, as usual, will peel off of our laminated header cards and you can place them right back down. It does have a big TE for you, and some of your stamps may end up covering up these things on the back, but that is okay. They're not all designed to fit perfectly in that open space. They might take up a little bit more room because we wanted to give you the max value for this, for each set size. So then another new thing that we've started with our cute combos this year, you will notice that all of the stamp sets have sentiments that have coordinating dies. So they are a little bit more expensive than past cute combo releases because we always get requests for those coordinating dies. So we decided to just go ahead and add those this year. So all of the stamp sets that have sentiments, all of the sentiments also have coordinating dies with them. So I hope you love those changes, and you'll be seeing more changes as we continue through this year and kind of transition into this new Taylor's favorite teal style. So
it's so cute.
I love it.
I love it.
There's a little bit of a rainbow, our branding rainbow. I just love that at the top there as well. So let's get back to looking at some samples then from the Unforgettable. That's going to be hard to say. Unforgettable set. And this one, so cute, from Heather. Love her coloring on these, how she added the little spots to each of the frogs and how they're kind of bouncing around in different ways. Love how she kind of rotated that one and made it upside down. Somebody said the designers really knocked it out of the park with these, which they certainly did. And I love seeing all this unique artwork and the things that they've taken from our collection and incorporated them with these new products. You guys probably recognize this is Jill with the googly eyes on the frog. And I love how she turned our little rustic pail upside down, added some stitching, and then the frog's just sitting there on top of the bucket. So, so cute. So there's Unforgettable. Let's keep going with Critters. How about? This one is going to be perfect for those boys or girls who love sharks. This one is called Fantastic Fun and features these fun shark images. These grinning sharks have a jawsome birthday. I choose you and you're fantastic. So super fun on that one. And we've got lots of products in our collection that this coordinates with. I think this is really fun with our rolling waves. We've got that bursting dots that came out last week. The embossing folder in the background. I think this one turned out super cute. Who is this? This is Jill as well. I should have known. I just have to look for the stitching in the corners and I'll know that it's Jill. Then this one is from Emily Midlowski. I thought it was really fun how she created the water with our 1/2-inch easy strips off on the side here, and then just placed each of those cute little sharks inside of that piece. Yeah, Michelle says it's Shark Week. I love it. Okay, then we have, Deb is asking if we have a new artist. No, we don't have a new artist, Deb, but tune in next week because I do have someone new to introduce to you guys. So not in these products, I don't have a new artist, but next week I will be excited to share some new products and a new artist with you guys. So, all right, continuing on, Under the Sea, we have, aptly named this, Under the Sea. We have our cute little mermaid with a seashell and the cutest little fish. Take a look at that fish. The lips are just kind of pursed, puckered lips. Even Erin in our office here, who doesn't really love fish very much, she thinks that fish is adorable.
It is adorable.
It is super cute.
It's got so much sass. I love it.
And Emily combined this one with our previously released background. It's one of our pull-apart backgrounds. I forgot the name of it. Do you remember this pull-apart background stamp name?
Oh, yeah.
But it creates the water and then the sandy shore. She used puffy white embossing powder on that shoreline, which I think makes it look textured and really fun.
Shores.
Oh, it's called... It's got a sandy shoreline, so we named it Sandy Shores. Cute. So really fun way, again, to use something that we have in our collection and combine it with something new. Okay, I'm going to keep going on the critters, and we're going to talk about this one. This one is called Wee Ones. Isn't this sweet? This reminds me of a baby imagery set, something you would use for a baby card, but I think it can be used for a lot of different things. Each of the little critters in this set has a punny sentiment to go with it. So we have thanks a ton to go with the elephant. Then we have love you lots, like a sheep, EWE. And then we have what's up for the little giraffe with the long neck, and then of course there's a welcome little one in there as well. So I'm not making a ton of baby cards this time in my life, but I love having a go-to little set that I can pull out when it's time to make a baby card, and I think this one will become my new favorite. So let's take a look at some inspiration. This one, love this one. Let's see, Emily made this one. Colored up all 3 of those critters and paired them up with their punny sentiment. It says, what's up, thanks a ton, love you lots. I think that's super cute.
Adorable.
And then look at this one. Lori took that cute little sheep, filled our mason jar with hearts, and it says love you lots on it. Another fun combo of old and new. We've got our background here. This is the fanfare cutting plate, which I think looks so pretty. Love that. And then Sue, she used one of our previously released cutting plates as well. This one is called Big Circles. I love how she kind of put the little giraffe underneath the two holes in the cutting plate, and I think that looks so fun. Added a few cute little daisies in the openings, and that one does say welcome little ones. So I think that's the perfect little baby card. Okay, next up, another critter. Everyone's favorite, Gus and Gertie is making an appearance. This time they're roller skating. This is Gus and Gertie on a roll. I thought this was hilarious how Gertie the birdie has roller skates on, but she's flying. So, and then Gus has his roller skates on, and they make quite the pair. So we've got It's Your Birthday, Eat Cake, and Roller Skate. Then we have Skatin' By Just to Say Hi, Congrats, You're on a Roll, and I'm Head Over Wheels for You. Super cute sentiments in that one too. And then you can see on the back, all of those have a die that coordinate. So let's take a look. It looks like both of our designers here had a similar idea with the coordinating die that they used to go along with this. This is one of our Rainbow Bright dies. We have 3 of them, and I'm not sure which one this one is, but it goes perfectly with this imagery. So on this one, Jill created Gus just kind of skating along these rainbow waves. And then Emily did something similar on her project too, almost like a rainbow cape coming off of the back of Gus.
It's Rainbow Bright 3.
Okay, Rainbow Bright 3 is the name of the die set that they each used on these cards. So I think that's super cute. I know a lot of people who love roller skating.
Love me some Gus and Gertie. Love him.
I don't like the idea of falling anymore when I roller skate. The tailbone hurts a little bit just thinking about it.
And the knees, because I
and
fall
the knee,
forward
you
or
fall
backwards?
forward. Oh, all right. Well, these aren't really critters, but they're a little bit in the critter family. We have this fun set called Piñata Party. So we have a couple of piñatas here, a traditional unicorn-looking piñata, and then our star piñata as well. Has those fringy layers on it, which I think are super fun. And then some sentiments. Let's party, you're smashing, and hope your birthday is a smash. This is the one we're going to use today when we get crafty together, but I have some other inspiration from our designers as well. Heather created this one. I love it. If you don't want to color the images, simply emboss them onto colored cardstock with white embossing powder, and you get really fun images that you can kind of hang across your project. Then Sue created this one, and she mimicked the fringe on the image by creating some fringes in her background. I think these are super fun. I love how that kind of goes with the imagery when you can create a background that coordinates with your image. I think that's really fun. So thank you for that one, Sue. And then I think this one was Sue as well. This one has a little bit more of a midnight look to it with that background. She used one of our previously released stamps to create those branches, a pretty cloudy backdrop, and then embossed some of the same image in the background of this dark navy paper with our diamond embossing powder.
Woo!
And it says, you're smashing. So there are a few cards from Piñata Party. Let's talk about a few more. We've got, I don't want to miss any because I'm kind of skipping around here. Next up, I had mentioned this at the beginning. If we have any cowboy and cowgirl lovers, we have these cute to boots. They're called, the set is called Cute to Boot and features these 2 little boots here. We've got a couple sentiments. Howdy friend, life is short, buy the boots. I think that sounds like a good mantra. And yeehaw for a little image there, or a little sentiment there. And we've got some fun cards with this one too. So if you have a friend who loves this country western aesthetic, I think this is fun. Maybe you have a couple you know who's getting married, and Sue made these super cute boots here, kind of clicking heels. And she did a really fun thing that I don't think I had ever thought to do. She used our silver foil cardstock, stamped the image with VersaFine Clair ink, and then embossed it with clear embossing powder. And it looks almost etched.
It does.
And it is engraved. Right? Yeah. It's a really fun thought. I think I can't wait to try that with some more images, but I wish you guys were all here to feel the texture on that and how it just feels like an engraved boot. Cool. So very fun on that one. Then we have this one. Sue also created this. I love how she used that rainbow cutting plate in the background and blended in from the sides, but left all of those kind of rainbow arcs in the same spot that they were. Didn't change the colors up. It just creates a really fun backdrop for the boot. And then she used one of our previously released floral sets and added a little flower bouquet coming out of the boot. And I think Sue was feeling inspired by the boots because she also made this one. And again, you can see she's got that embossed design on the cardstock. Feels etched and really fun. She added some fringe here with I think she used our 1/8 inch Easy Strips die for that. And I think that turned out super fun. More of your traditional Western colors on that one. All right, let's take a look at this one. So we have our country Western lovers. Maybe we have our music lovers. And this is for you. This one's called You're My Jam and features a couple different guitars. So we have the acoustic guitar and then we have the electric guitar. There's sentiments, You Rock, You're My Jam, and Just a Note. I think we all know somebody who loves music and maybe plays an instrument. Most likely, I know a lot of people play the guitar. So that's why we started out with this. Not that we wanted to leave all the other instruments out, but it was a good starting point for our music collection. This one Sue created, and I love the distressed background that she made with those music notes using one of our foilet packs. And we've got the guitar here with the Just a Note sentiment. Sue, she really got inspired by this one too, because she made all three of these. So this one uses, again, the foilet pack, the raised cutting plate in the background of that electric guitar, and this one's a little bit more bright and cheerful and loud, I would say. Then, all of my Swiftie fans out there, raise your hand if you're a Taylor Swift fan. Sue was inspired by the Taylor Swift Koi guitar. So if you are a Swiftie, then I'm sure you know about the Koi guitar. I did not before Sue created this card, but I think she really made it come to life. I think it is so fun. So she colored the guitar blue and added little koi fish on it, and then used our fish stencil to kind of draw it all together. I love it. Can't wait to see who our Swifties are out there and what you guys think about this fun card that she made it come to life. I never would have thought of koi fish and executing that on this card, but I think it turned out so fun. Okay, we have two more left, and Heather's bringing it home for us with her beautiful samples and her beautiful illustrations. So Heather actually illustrated this set called Cottage Garden, and it is a floral set. And really it was designed as a way for us to continue our happy half sheets idea. So this one is all solid imagery, and it's designed to create patterned pieces like you see that Heather created on this. Now, of course, there are lots of different ways you can use this. They all have dies, so you can die cut them as well. And I can't wait to see what lots of you do with these. But that was the intention, was to give you another option for creating some fun floral patterns for the happy half sheets concept. But if you don't want to do that, here is one that Heather created, just using those images, kind of popping them in and around, creating her own little floral arrangement using those pieces from the set. So lots of fun things to do. Everybody loves a good floral set. I know I can never have too many myself. And then last, we're continuing with our nature theme, and we have this one. This is a gorgeous silhouette. It's called Tranquil Tree. It is a large oak tree, I would call it, but I suppose it could be any kind of tree. The leaves aren't really descript. So this one has that large tree and then 3 sentiments. You've been on my mind, thinking of you, and with sympathy. So Heather, in her sample here, she stamped that silhouette tree to create the background paper, and then she used 2 different colors of ink. It looks like she kind of spritzed, potentially. I'll have to ask her. Maybe she watercolored on her stamp and then stamped it down. Whatever she did, it looks really soft and blended and so, so pretty. So I think that's a really nice, serene card to make for someone, just to let them know they've been on your mind, you're thinking of them.
That one's my favorite.
This one is your favorite?
I love trees.
It is really pretty. I'm excited to try some embossing and blending different color combinations over it, like maybe an ombre or something in the fall tones, like a sunset look in the background would be really pretty too. Okay, so should we start crafting?
I want to craft.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Here we go. I didn't get to show you my card that I created using the Piñata Party set, and you can see I have a little bit of an interactive element going on here if we go back and forth here, and you can see my little piñata moves, kind of swinging like it would at a party. If you were going to want to hit it with a stick to get the candy out of it, it would be swinging back and forth. And this idea, I want to give credit to Louise for her idea for swinging this piñata back and forth. The studio is actually creating a make and take similar to this, where the piñata moves back and forth, and Louise was my inspiration for this interactive piece of the card. So super excited to make this together with you using some of our previously released products and our new Piñata Party. So let's go ahead. Actually, I think we'll go ahead and start by blending the background. I have a fun color combination that was inspired a bit by sherbet. I don't know if I'm feeling in a summery mood because it's cold outside, but I wanted something bright and party-ish, and so I started with Wintergreen. I know. I just talked about
You're a friend of Wintergreen.
I am. And I just talked about a warm color combination, and then I said winter. Wintergreen. But when paired with the other colors that I have here, it's really a fun, adds some real brightness to the project. So I have Wintergreen starting at the top, and we're going to do some direct-to-paper blending. And there are lots of tips that you can kind of glean from this by watching it in real time. I know a lot of you watch sped up videos, but sometimes, especially if you're having trouble with your blending, it's helpful to watch someone do it in real time, because I think what you don't see in videos is the building of the color. It takes time, and it's okay. You start light. I'm starting off of my paper and dragging that color onto the paper, traveling in that circular motion, working all of the color out of my brush before I come back and get more color. And one of the things I always say when I talk about blending direct to paper is that you can always add more color. What you can't do is take color away. So that's why you want to build slowly, especially with your darker colors. And it is a little bit harder thing to do. You have to kind of remind your brain to do all the things to keep yourself from getting really intense with your color application. But the next color I'm going to use is Key Lime. This goes great with Wintergreen, and it's not a color that I pull out real often, but it went so well with this. So I'm going to continue overlapping. That's the other important part when you're creating a blend, is to overlap with the color that you laid down before. So you get that nice, beautiful blend of color together. The other thing to keep in mind is our inks. They're a special magical formula that when you stop and rest, let's say give it 10 minutes, and this background will look completely different than how it looks when I had first applied the ink. And that is because there is that special formulation that allows these colors to meld together, to blend into the cardstock and really look seamless. Instead of being able to see the lines that you applied, you're going to get that beautiful seamless look. So, did Facebook ever, or did YouTube ever come back, Whitney?
No.
Oh, shoot.
But someone else said that YouTube may have been having a bad day because they had seen
another
other
live. Oh, I
out.
did see that comment. Okay.
Bummer, YouTube. Get well soon.
Yes.
But I know Charlie's working on it. So.
Well, I am glad we have both options to do the lives. I know some people are not on one or the other, but hopefully you can catch the replay later when we figure out what the issue was. Okay, so that was pineapple. And next we're going to do lollipop. I did a little bit of extra pineapple because I want to have some room to overlap that with the lollipop so that I get a pretty orange color. And this color is a little bit more intense. So I am going to lightly apply the next layer. And when I lightly apply, I am barely pushing down on my brush. Sometimes to make myself not push down, I hold the brush here instead of up here. I think sometimes when we hold the brush head, there's a tendency to want to kind of push down on that brush head. And all that's going to do is just transfer more color from the brush to your paper, and sometimes at a faster rate than what you want to. So always good to try to remind your brain to be light-handed in your application. And then as you get that first layer applied, you can start to have some more pressure as you add that color over the top. Blending is for patient people. At least this type of blending. You can do, if you're in an impatient mood, get out a stencil and blend through the stencil. And it's really just when you're going direct to paper, having these tips in mind is really helpful. So my last color here is Strawberry Milkshake, and we're going to put that just along the bottom. You know what we're going to have to talk about soon? Maybe we should talk about it now.
What?
Christmas traditions. I feel like I love to hear about people's Christmas traditions, and then sometimes if I hear about them early enough, I think I still have time to incorporate that into my Christmas. So if you have a Christmas tradition, what is it? I feel like we're still in the years of making our Christmas traditions.
Sure.
You know, figuring out what they are, the things we always do, and
well, you know, the one that we always do that's been passed down to us and from our grandma was the Christmas cookies.
Yes.
She makes the best
Grandma's sugar cookies.
And they have sour cream in them. So it is a little different, but they taste so amazing. It makes them fluffy, and
they have sour cream and a lot of sugar.
All the rest of the stuff is normal. But the sour cream really makes that, like, I don't know what it is, makes them so fluffy.
Yes, I do love that. Grandma's sugar cookies. We always make the recipe every year and decorate, so.
Yes.
Okay, this is my blended piece then, and like I said, it's gonna look even better than this as the colors kind of dry and meld together. And we're gonna set this aside just a little bit because ultimately what I want to do is emboss the background stamp on the top with our Silver Sparkle embossing powder. But when your ink, even though it's not wet to the touch, even if it is still drying into your paper, your embossing powder has a tendency to stick to it. Even if you're using a powder tool, because you've really saturated your cardstock, it has more tendency to stick. So I like to give it some time. If you don't have time to wait, hit it with a heat tool to just make sure it's completely dry on your cardstock before you try to emboss over the top. So we have some other stamping to do, so why don't we move on, and we're gonna stamp our piñata. I have some sugar cube cardstock here. Actually, let's use this piece. I already did the sentiment ahead of time, and I stamped that with VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink, and then embossed it with clear embossing powder. So my sentiment, here it is, it's all done. We'll set that off to the side, but I am going to color this image with alcohol markers today, so I don't want to use VersaFine Clair, that does bleed. So we're going to use the Tailored Expressions Oreo, which is our hybrid ink. And I'll stamp this a couple times. And then we'll get out our Olos and do a little bit of coloring.
Okay, we have a great Christmas tradition that we should do. I think we kind of did this earlier this year, but Valerie says that her family goes out for Chinese, well, her and her husband go out for Chinese food on Christmas Eve.
Oh.
And I'm like, I kind of love that because I don't want to make Christmas
Yes.
Eve.
Yes.
Her and her husband do that. I'm like, I love that.
Do you remember what we always do when Mom's here? I feel like you've moved it to a Halloween tradition because Mom's not here for Christmas. But we'll go to Christmas service, and then Mom makes chicken dumpling soup, and then that's our Christmas Eve meal. Okay, now I'm gonna be sad.
I know I miss our mom.
I know she went to California, and she winters away from us, and so we miss those special traditions that were part of growing up. Okay. And hi, Mom, if you're watching. She said she's been watching.
I know.
All right, I have two G01s, so I don't need both of those. But I am going to start with G1.4, and we're going to color the kind of mane of the unicorn with the G1.4. And I can get in a little bit tighter for you guys so you can see this going on a little better. And I'm just going to kind of loosely lay that color down. With all of these layers of fringe happening on this image, I did do a little looser coloring where I wasn't as concerned with everything falling inside of its own layer. I do have a little bit of G1.7 then that I can pop in here for a little bit of dimension going down the mane and coming from the tail. And then we can go back to that 1.4 and just pull that color out. Sometimes old habits are hard to break, and I try to apply the darker color first with my Olo markers, but in that case I didn't, and it still looks lovely. So if you're still kind of trying to break the habit of the old way you colored with your markers, then I am right there with you. Okay, so let's do it the right way this time. I'm going to take my G1.8, and this is 1.7, and this is the darker color. So I'm just going to add in some of that darkness to this top layer of the fringe. And then we'll come in and blend that out with the lighter color.
Cute.
It's a fun image to color.
Yes.
And it is detailed, but like I said, I don't think you get a little bit outside the lines on your layers, and it's not making a big boo-boo or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next up we've got G0.1. Ooh, that's why I had two of them, because that one was the wrong tip. Okay. And we'll just kind of lay down that lighter color. This layer I'm not going to add any blending to. And then my next color is yellow. I've got two yellows here, a 2.2 and a 2.3. So we'll take that darker one and kind of tap it in at the top of the fringe. I would assume, or what I'm kind of going after, is that the layer of fringe above it is sort of layering over the next layer, and it's creating a shadow at the top of the next layer of fringe. Then we can pull that color down with a little bit lighter yellow. Now we have pink. We're going to go with our darkest pink, which is RV 1.5, and we'll dot that in again at the top of the fringe. And then we have our lighter color that we can use to create the dimension, and that is RV 1.3, and we'll pull that color down. And then our last color is another pink, RV 0.2. It's a little bit different pink than the other two because I want to have that contrast between the two pink layers. All right, a couple other things then. I have RV 0.1, and I'm going to pull that in from the sides of the, I guess you call this the snout, nose, snout-ish.
Either one. Interchangeable.
We'll use that blender pen, the 0, to pull that color together so you don't see that contrast between the pink and the white. Then actually I forgot one little spot. I'm going to give a little bit of color to the ears, the inner ears. And then I have my CG01, and I'll use that to pull color in from the edges of his face or her face. Color the neck. There's a little bit of neck down there. And the legs.
Cute!
Thank you.
I love it.
And then we'll go ahead and pull the color back in again with that 0. And then we'll call that good. Super easy, quick image to color, and I think it turned out well. Okay, I'm gonna bring in my die cut machine and we'll do some die cutting, then we'll come back to our background and finish the whole little interactive element at the end. So I have the coordinating dies for these. We've been storing our coordinating dies on the small magnetic panels. Let me zoom out here so you guys are back in frame. So these are our small magnetic panels. They have our branding teal on the back. And then for the most part, the dies from all of these small sets will fit on one of the small panels. Okay. Tack that down and run it through. And then I will tell you the reason for this later, but we're going to run this back through one more time, and I'm just going to cut an additional piñata from white cardstock here. We're going to need that for our interactive piece. Okay, set those aside. Now we need to cut the top of our kind of, I guess I have this scalloped topper. That's where I hid my piece that's going to allow this to swing back and forth. So we're going to cut a couple of those layers, and I used the Easy Edgers die set for that. I used this scalloped one here. Actually, let's put my paper this way so I don't risk my die. Okay. So there's one. Now, if it's easier, you can just turn your paper over. And we want one that's just slightly longer than this. So if we turn our paper around and position this one right underneath, then we know we'll have two that are the right size for the project. And they each have a straight edge. die cutting is done. We'll go back to our stamping and do that background piece. Okay, so I love combining these with things that have been previously released in our catalog, and this time I picked a background stamp that was just released last week. So that's kind of fun. This was originally available as an exclusive freebie during Black Friday last year in 2023, and we just made it available for people to purchase last week. So I'm going to put that down. It's called Twinkle Lights. It is a 6x6 background. Since it's directional, you can make both vertical and horizontal cards with your stripes going in all directions, or in the right direction. Now, let's put that tape down, arrange my piece here so that it's straight, and then we'll pick that up with the stamp. I am going to powder, because we talked about how even if our ink isn't wet to the touch, it may still be wet in the fibers of our paper, and we just want to reduce any chance that we're going to get flyaway embossing powder pieces. I might need
extra sheet of paper.
Yeah, do we have a scrap paper? Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to use Versamark ink here. And we'll stamp the background in Versamark. I'll stamp it down a couple of times just to make sure with this ink that I got everything inked, well inked before I put it down on my paper.
I just re-inked all of our ink pads.
Oh, thank you.
Note to all my crafty friends. Re-ink your ink pads.
It's a good end of the year thing to do.
Yes.
Especially if you were lucky enough to get in on the Black Friday ink sale.
True, yes.
Now maybe you got all the re-inkers and it's time for a refresh. Okay. We have a lot of different embossing powders that look really fun with this background, and today I'm going to use the Silver Sparkle. Our sparkle embossing powders have glitter in them, which makes them really fun for images like this because they add that little extra bit of party to your project. So I'll open it up here. See all that pretty glitter in there. And we'll just pour that over the top.
It looks like so much fun going on.
There it is. Okay, I'm going to try to figure out how to hold this. Okay, I want to get that little part down there that I had with my fingers, and then we can go like this. Tap, tap, tap. Looks like we did a good job. We waited long enough so that we didn't have anything sticking to our background. One more tap. I did get a little crazy. I'm going to need a Marilyn Monroe bot moment after the live today.
I got you. I'll grab her.
Okay, we have our little mini vacuum cleaner. We call her Marilyn Monroe bot, and she is dressed up to look like Marilyn Monroe bot.
She maybe needs a...
Does she need a refresh?
Maybe.
Okay.
Or maybe we need to switch to like Zac. What was it? Vac Efron?
Vac Efron? Yes. That was Charlie's other name for the vacuum cleaner. Marilyn Monroe bot and Vac Efron. If anybody, do people know who Zac Efron is? I think you do, right? Everyone knows Zac Efron.
I feel like he's in the same genre as Justin Bieber.
Okay.
Right? Like they were around the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's emboss this. I'm letting my heat tool heat up until I start to see that pretty sparkle turn to silver. Takes a little bit, but it's worth it. I wish you were all here. Wow. Isn't that great? I wish you were all here to see how sparkly that is in person. It's hard to capture it on the camera, but as you emboss the image, it traps the glitter into the embossing powder and you get this pretty silvery, sparkly image. Okay, so let's see. I think, Whitney, I might need my,
Sure.
I am going to need my paper trimmer.
Okay.
Do I have it over there?
Yes.
Okay, so I have my card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then I'm going to trim this piece down to 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to sit right inside my paper, or right inside my card base. So just a quick trim on the edge here. 4 by 5 1/4, and that's ready to go. And then I'll bring in all of my pieces and we'll start to assemble. So, all right, this can go down to our card base. I liked the pink at the bottom because it follows the order that I colored the image. So we have kind of green, green, yellow, pink, pink. And so that's why I put my background this direction. Then we have the larger of the two scallops. I need to cut a little bit off of this as well because these are 4 1/4. So I need them to be 4. Cut that little bit off and this one. Okay, so the slightly taller one is going to be adhered directly to the card base. And then this is the easiest interactive element you'll ever build. It is simply, all you need is a little bit of string and some teal tape. So this is going to sit right on top of here. It is going to be popped up, and then we're going to adhere our little piñata behind it. So just in case your recipient, you know, when they get their card and maybe they get a little crazy and they fling their piñata all around, I die cut that extra piece to tape on the back so that if it does get flipped over, you're not seeing the colored bleed through the image. So the other thing I need to do is, before we adhere these together, I got a little piece of tape stuck to my image. Do you have fingernails?
Yes,
Whitney?
let me help you.
Oh, I might have gotten it with my... Nope, I'm gonna let you pick his... See that little piece of tape that got stuck on there?
Yes.
Thank you.
He needs a little card surgery.
Okay, so I'm going to take a little piece of string and we'll cut that. We might need to cut it again, we'll see. And then we're going to actually cut off the string of our image. So let me grab that back and we're going to trim down here because I'm going to add my own string. So this is just a little bit of fussy cutting around the mane. Okay, and then we'll adhere this to the other one. Actually, I don't want to adhere it just yet, so hold with me while I slightly tack it just enough so that I can cut off the same area from the back image. Okay. Not quite ready to adhere those together because I want to put my string in between so I can hide that. So we'll put that down. A little bit of teal tape to really hold it in place on the back. And then make sure I have enough adhesive going over that, and we will tack those two together. So that when you turn it over, you just see that nice plain white back. Okay, then here's the easy part. We are simply going to take some more teal tape and we're going to adhere the string to the back of this one. Or to make it even easier, you can just adhere it straight down like that. Let me make sure I put it in the right spot so that you can't see it. I might want to move that up just a touch. I got it a little bit low. That is just how easy it is to make this interactive element. Okay, I'm gonna eyeball where I need to adhere this, right here. Okay, so that's gonna hold in place there. We're gonna take this off. And then when we hide our little mechanism here, we're gonna put some foam tape up there and our little, look at that, he just goes back and forth. Okay, then let's do some foam taping.
Foam me.
We'll do some foaming. Okay. These strips make it nice and easy because they're large, and so I don't have to do a lot of pieces. And a little bit more on the side. So after this, I should tell everybody what I'm doing after this. It's very exciting. Whitney's like, what? What are we doing? What are we doing? So after this, Susan is here today, and we are putting the finishing touches on Virtual Stamp Joy. So I am so excited. If you're listening and you don't know about Virtual Stamp Joy, or you're still on the fence about whether you want to come or not, I hope you'll take my excitement as an indication that we would love for you to be there. It is going to be so fun. We have lots of great things that we're planning and lots of fun to come. So Virtual Stamp Joy happens in March, and it's on our website. You can get information on how to sign up. So if you haven't done that yet, make it your Christmas present to yourself.
You know what my favorite part of the Virtual Stamp Joy is?
What?
Giveaways!
Oh, giveaways!
It's my favorite.
I know. We added up, I think it was we do it every year, but I think last year when we added up the amount of giveaways that we give away the weekend of Virtual Stamp Joy, it was something like $6,000 worth of product and gift cards, and
it brings me such joy that the crafty people get all of the fun things. I'm like,
yes.
You get the die cutting machine and it feels like I get to be Vanna White for just like one day of exciting.
Or like the Oprah show when you get a car and you get a car.
It's my one day to just capture that excitement.
We're not giving away cars, but
what?
Look at how fun that is. Now I have 2 cute birthday cards and I love it. All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in today, taking some time again out of your busy December to hang out with us, and let me say farewell and give you a little heads up about what's coming. So we have another live on Thursday. Susan is going to be here with another cute combo. She's got a fun way to use those cute little frogs, so you're going to want to stop back and see that. And then Friday, I will be live again. So we will be doing our second installment of the Advent Calendar Lives. I can't wait to craft with you again later this week with all the goodies you've been receiving. So mark your calendar, Thursday and Friday, 10 a.m. Central. We will be here, and we hope to see you there as well. All right, everybody, have a great day. Bye-bye.